One of the guys I'm interested in as a Kansas Stater is Cade Warner, who is the self-proclaimed smartest receiver in the draft. He's
I knew it was coming.
right, which I mean, listen, I followed him for the last couple of years after he transferred from Nebraska to K-State, and I've heard plenty of stories about this guy. His confidence is not lacking either. He's pretty sure of himself and really developed into a big time weapon for the Wildcats last year, and of course, is Kurt Warner's son. But you have a conversation. I've interviewed him twice this offseason. The football IQ is definitely there, and really football as it pertains to the receiver positions, two things, right? It's get open and catch the ball, and this guy knows how to get open and knows how to catch the ball.
Absolutely, he can separate. He's got a lot of wiggle. All right, so when you want to win one-on-one on third down, he's got all the tools in his belt, and he knows when to use them. So for Cade, like whenever you're dealing with someone as smart as him, who's he's pushing me in the meeting room, which I love. Like he keeps me on my toes. He makes sure I have to show up to the meeting early to make sure I'm on my notes too. So he's phenomenal that way.
How does he push you in the meeting room? You're the boss in there.
Oh no, he'll pick and prod. Hey, versus quarters, can we stem it in? Can we, just little small nuances. We're just testing to see if I have the answer. Like he knows the right answer.
Okay.
But I love it. And because it brings up a lot of the questions in the room that the other guys they might want to ask, but Cade has no hesitation to go ahead and just spitball it.
Yeah.
And it's been great that way. And it's been good for our other guys because he shows, hey, how deep. What does it look like to really own a play? What does it look like to really own a concept and really own what the defense is trying to do to us? All right, he's asking those 300 level questions, and for another guy who might feel like he has it, he's like, well, dang, man, that's next level. All right, so I gotta be on my stuff. I need to go back through and really see how well do I know this stuff, and that's awesome to have in the room. It really is. And then for Cade as a player, like you said, he knows how to separate and he knows how to get open and catch the ball. It's just, when are you going to use your tools? When can you use those tools to be on the same page with the quarterback? Because it's one thing to get open and, like you're playing sandlot football and the quarterback's just sitting back there, and he's got no rush. He's got 5 Mississippi, so you're all good. Right? But it's another thing to do it within the structure of the play.
Yeah.
So what are we trying to accomplish, and when are we trying to accomplish it? So those are the conversations that me and Cade have had. And then the other thing is, you might be able to separate and get away from the guy who's matching you underneath and get open on a choice route. But we just talked about Antoine Winfield. We just talked about Ryan Neal being smart players. Those guys drive that stuff. So if you're not coming off the ball and you're just wiggling and you're shaking it high and dropping them, well, I'm going to go ahead and have to meet you in the hospital later that week because Antoine's coming out of his shoes to make the hit.
Right.
So we've had a couple of those conversations where he makes a great play and everybody's applauding him, but it's really cool to be able to bring him aside and say, Cade, great job at the top of the route. But if you don't come off with some juice, then that safety right there, you can see where he's plugging and he's making that play on you. So it's really cool to really stretch the knowledge of the room. But then also it keeps me honest and it allows him to continue to say, hey, when can I use the tools that I do have?